Hey everybody, welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my Thundercloud elderberry, and the blossoms are almost spent on these ones. They're almost ready to start falling off and letting the blossoms fall. But I'll show you some that are actually also falling off of my Alesso, and I'll give you a little update on my other elderberries. Now I'm in a corner of my garden here where once before I had my raspberry bushes and that sort of thing, but I have since moved all of the raspberry bushes and the blackberry bushes out of the corner, and in fact I have done some leveling of the ground along here so that my pots fit nicely on them and there's no tweaking to them, so it's all pretty much level. I didn't use a leveler, but for the most part my pots look nice on them now. I didn't have enough room for one extra pot, but I do have a couple smaller little bricks, cinder blocks, like this one here. I have 3 of those, and if I use those 3, I might have enough room to fit this one on the end down there. Possibly. We'll just have to wait and see. But there's my raspberry. Most of my raspberry bushes only have one other raspberry bush on the other side of the yard, but I'll do an update on the yard and everything like that, and where I put the greenhouse in another video sometime this week, because I have a couple more things to put away on my patio, and then after that's done, it's ready for the barbecue this weekend with my friends and some of my family. So back to the elderberry. So just wanted to show you that. So this is the corner now. This is where I'm gonna keep my elderberries, and I've moved my elderberries and my gooseberries up along the edge. And they get plenty of sunlight in this section, but they also get plenty of shade also. And my gooseberries and stuff, they're always in the shade. However, they get plenty of sunlight during the day, so I'm not worried about them not being in direct sunlight. So they're gonna do great along the edge of the house. And so we're gonna look here, and as you guys can see, I'll show you the blossoms and I'll zoom in. And as I said, the blossoms are kind of spent. So there we go. They're almost ready to actually fall off of the bush here. Some of it's in the sun already, as you can see right here, and it makes them look super white, but they're actually a pretty pink color. Here's another one. It's kind of hard for me to see because I'm in the sun, and the sun's coming through a little bit here. But there was a couple of flowers on this Thundercloud, and I'll show you that before they fall off on this section here. How pretty. These little white flowers right there, there was a couple of them right there, and they actually were completely white where the rest of the flowers were pink. And oh, if you look at that one right there, it's white and pink right there to the right, close to the other white ones. So I thought that was really, really interesting. But the Thundercloud has the darker leaves, and I love that. It adds a little bit of interest to the garden. And yeah, so we still have on this bush, we still have this group that has to blossom out, and then this one is actually starting to blossom right now, so I'll let you see that. And it's in the direct sunlight. So as you can see, if I move it into the shade, you might be able to see. There we go. And it's getting all the new blossoms. Look at how pretty. They're like more of a vibrant pink when they first bloom out. So there's that. And then right here is the Alesso elderberry. And as you can see on this one, almost all of the flowers have already come off of this one, and those are the little tiny berries that are going to start developing on the elderberry. And this one here, the blossoms are falling, and you can see them all down there. And if I wiggle it, some will fall. And it's really kind of cool. I wanted to show you guys the blossoms and how they look. When they come off, oops, they leave a little hole. And I've actually got some right here that have fallen onto the wood. And when they fall off, they just look like little tiny flower-shaped snow droplets. And they're also in my pot here, but they have that cute little circle right in the center like an eyelet. So pretty, you guys. So it's like all over in the grass down here. And then right here in between the two elderberries, I have my baby elderberries that are growing. I don't know what these are. Those came up in the pot. I'm not sure what they are. I'm gonna let them grow a little bit and then just wait and see. This one could be a weed. I've seen that shape kind of a lot in my pots here since I've moved here, so I'll just wait and see, let it get a little bit bigger, and I'll be able to tell shortly, soon enough. But here's all the updates of the elderberries. This is the European elderberry, and that's what I think they are. Pretty sure that's what they are. And then these ones, if you guys, if I was completely wrong, if these are not elderberries that you see here, these are red currants if they're not elderberries. But I'm pretty sure they're the European elderberries. And then right here, that's the Alesso. So that was what was in the pot under the Alesso. And so the rest of them are all doing really well. This one that I thought was going to do really good has not done so great. It's pretty stunted in its growth. And it's just, some of the leaves died off on it, but it's still alive. It's hanging on. And as you can see, there's some new sprouts in the pot. This is also one of the sprouts. Some of them are a little bit smaller than others, but they're slowly coming along soon enough. And here's another sprout. I don't know what this one is, so we'll just have to wait and see. Some of these things might just be weeds. So anyways, there's the update on the elderberries, how they're doing, and they're blossoming and berries are forming on them. And I'm just super excited about it, you guys. It's going to be really great having some elderberries. As I've said in my other videos, this is going to be the first year that I've actually tried an elderberry, and I've been wanting elderberries for a long time because I've heard the great benefits that elderberry syrup has for you. So I am planning on dehydrating these berries when I get them this year, maybe eating a little bit fresh, maybe making a couple jars of jam if I can. We'll just have to wait and see. If I like them well enough, I might get some that are already dehydrated online to be able to make more syrups with. So that is a possibility. With that being said, you guys got to see my update here with that. And the greenhouse is gone. It was over in this section here. I had it here once and then over here another time. You could kind of see where they were. And then I filled in with grass clippings into the hole that was making the ground unlevel. So I'll just keep putting grass clippings here, and I'll eventually fill in those holes naturally using natural elements from the earth. And so I was gonna put wood chips down here to level this out, but I just did it by hand with the trowel and the shovel the other day. It took me almost half a day to do it, and you guys, I couldn't be more pleased with how it turned out. I've got all my garlic up. My dog cannot pee into them anymore. Actually, he dutied in one of the garlics earlier in the fall, so he can definitely get his behind up into this size of pot. So I'm glad I've got them up now. He cannot do his business in those. These ones I'm not so worried about. Planted in this one here, I've got artichokes planted. Those ones I'm planning to plant into the ground, so I'm not too worried about that container at this moment. But even if I can get it mostly off the ground, that'll make me happy. So that's the plan. Even if half of the pot is on cinder blocks, then that'll be actually good, because then I don't have to worry about it, because I don't think 3 of them will actually make it all the way across these 3 here. If I have 3 of these, because I have one full one here, And then if I have 3 other ones this size, it's gonna only come about here on the pot, and the other half will be hanging off a little bit. So I'll just have to do what I can do. So basically I can fit them down there. These cinder blocks came with the unit. They were out on the back side of the property, just stacked up. The people who lived here before actually had them out front, and they had them painted. You can actually see where they were out front of our house at one point. So when the landlords had purchased this house, they just grabbed them off the front, threw them and stacked them along the back fence, and so they come with the property. So I'm actually just gonna leave them here when we leave, because they actually look better lined up along the fence line than stacked in the back making a mess. So at least they're useful now, and I put them in a certain direction so that they can actually, somebody, if they wanted to, they could actually fill them with dirt later, and they can plant stuff in them if they wanted to. Personally, using cinder blocks, I would only plant flowers. I wouldn't plant anything that you would actually consume, because there are toxins in concrete and cement and that sort of thing, and you really don't want that, those type of chemicals leaching into foods that you consume. So yeah, anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Click the bell button, and I will see you all in another video. Have a fabulous day, and God bless. Bye.